Hello my friends, Wake Angel 2001 here, actually coming at you with reviews of all those figures that I unboxed. So I figured I would start with Samus because, well, Samus is really cool and I always feel like she's getting the shaft from Nintendo. Because, you know, it takes so long for Metroid games to come out. But, you know what, they just re-released the original Metroid Prime, so that's something. And, you know, the last Metroid game was actually really cool, Metroid Dread. Pretty awesome. So yeah, looking forward to Metroid Prime 4 and whatever else they plan on doing with the Metroid franchise. I think it's all coming out pretty cool. So I have it tilted away so that I won't catch the reflection from the ring light, but Samus comes, as you see here, there's a figure, comes with a morph ball. Very cool artwork on the back. Very much, I believe that's just reference from Metroid Prime. It even has the same, the same angles, which make me think that it's a GameCube render, because you can see that there's kind of edges. So they probably took her GameCube model as a nice reference to when she came out. So the back has a picture of the figure inside, along with a description. Metroid Prime 2 Samus. Samus Aran is the galaxy's foremost bounty hunter. Her mighty Varia suit grants her incredible abilities, such as her morph ball capability and powerful arm cannon. Okay. Yep. So 17 points of articulation are advertised. So let's get her out of the blister bubble and see what it's like in there. So out of the packaging, Samus is looking quite good. If there's anything I might say is a flaw, it's that she's a little, I don't know, her colors they kind of wash out her details. Like if you look, she has a very nicely tampographed detailing on her helmet and the lights are picked out. But as you can see, she has a lot of sculpted detail there. You can see the ribs on her armor. You can see the panel lines. But, you know, it's all washed out because of how light the oranges and yellows are. I feel like some panel lining or at least sculpting those lines in a little bit deeper so they would cast some shadows would have helped her details pop more. I mean, they're there, they're just difficult to see. It's not like it has a bad paint job, it's just that it's you know, it could use a wash is what I'm saying. Her morph ball mode, it's right here. It has the green thing in the middle, orange stripes picked out on the side. Very simple, very basic, very hollow, very lightweight. It rolls, it's a ball. Okay. I'm kind of getting tired of the morph ball being the thing that she keeps coming with. I would much rather have a blast effect these days. Maybe a missile she can launch. But whatever, the morph ball's pretty iconic to Samus, so I don't think we can do without it. Level of articulation on this thing is actually fantastic. Her head, a little bit restricted by the sculpt, but it can move. Shoulders, this got me. The shoulder armor is movable, and her shoulders have a big range. Yeah, look at that. Look at all that range. She has a waist joint. She has double jointed elbows, so she can actually touch her own shoulder. One thing, this should be a bicep swivel. Right here, this should be a bicep swivel. It is not a bicep swivel. It is just a solid thing. It feels like they're two different pieces of plastic that got glued together. It really should have been a bicep swivel. So, I'm getting kind of like the Jim Carrey, Dr. Eggman thing going on, in that you have this really, really good elbow joint, but her articulation still feels limited because it lacks a bicep swivel. Same thing on her other arm. I was actually really shocked to find that there was a double joint on the arm cannon. That's ridiculous. And you can also do that, which looks rather painful, but, you know, still amazing. Great range. Love the fluidity. Hips, ball joints. They don't go out as far as her arms, but they do go forward. She can kick forward. No thigh. Oh wait, no. There's no thigh swivel, but the ball is free enough that it becomes a de facto thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, and the double jointed knees look a little bit more natural than the double jointed elbow. And there is some foot articulation. It swivels up and down. Let's see. You can almost pull off that iconic, you know, the Metroid pose. Yeah, kinda. Oh, wait. Ooh, there's a butterfly joint. That explains why there's no bicep swivel. She has a butterfly joint so she can bring her arms forward a little bit. So that's why there's no bicep swivel. They gave it up for a butterfly joint in her shoulder. So yeah, like you can kind of, yeah, you can do the thing where she rests on one knee with the arm cannon held up, kind of like the famous box art. So yeah, very flexible, very good figure. You know what? The details on her back kind of look better than her details on the front, because like those lines there really help pick out it really makes the little rocket boosters on her back stand out. Yeah, I think the sculpted detailing on her back looks better than the sculpted detailing on her front, which is kind of hilarious. Wow, like this articulation is amazing. And keep in mind, this is a $10 figure. Like, I guess the reason it's $10 is because the paint is relatively minimal. Like, they spent all that budget on the parts count so it could have super articulation, and then just gave it a basic flat paint job, which I guess is okay. I mean, you can always go in there and panel line it or ink wash it yourself. And if I wasn't using a soft chair, she would be standing much better. But yeah, like the broad strokes, like you get the green lines, you get the grays, you get the mechanical detailings picked out. Like all the important things are there. There's nothing inherently wrong with the way she's been painted. It's just like it's a kind of a flat paint job. But yeah, like the level of articulation of this beauty is freaking amazing. It's for a $10 figure, absolutely incredible. 10 out of 10 for the price point. Like, I can't even really process how amazing it is. So, I guess there's only a couple things I can compare it to. One would be the Figma Prime Samus, which I feel is not really a fair comparison considering the price point. This thing costs 8 times as much. And it has like that premium gold plastic, like translucent material for her visor so it catches the light just right. Those silky smooth Figma joints. Yeah, it's not really fair to compare to this high end of a figure. Although, like, when you consider she almost matches her articulation at 1/8 of the price, that is still pretty impressive. But the thing that you will be most likely to compare it to is Jakks Pacific's last attempt at making a Samus figure from the World of Nintendo line. As you can see, this Samus is significantly taller, almost a full head taller, in fact. And although this is the gravity suit option, you can kind of see like where the look is still accurate, but the biggest flaw with the original World of Nintendo figure was this: swivel, swivel. That's her shoulders. Like, everybody complained about this terrible shoulder articulation. Like, she had a bicep swivel, which kind of compensated, but people really hated that this figure had swivel shoulder articulation. So yeah, full-on universal joint now, with movable shoulder pads that allow it to look continuous and smooth, even in extremely splayed out positions. Like, yeah, it's just a better articulated figure. So they legitimately improved on what they did before. So way to go, Jakks Pacific. You did it. So yeah, 10 out of 10. If you can find this figure, it's only $10. I believe they're available at Walmart, which is why I had to have Zack send it to me. But oh my god, if you are in any way a Nintendo or Metroid fan, I highly recommend it. Wake Angel 2001, signing off.